This is my Newton Action Alliance pin, and I always wear it to my meetings. I have a whole section on my desk of little political things I've collected, from Hershey Kisses from the White House, pins for March for Our Lives, my badge from the DNC. It's been really exciting to feel like you can make an impact just by meeting with people on the Hill or speaking out on an issue. And it all led me here. I got involved in gun violence prevention when I was 10 years old. I grew up in Newtown, Connecticut. Sandy Hook happened 6 days before my 11th birthday. I was in 6th grade, a mile down the road. That day seemed like an average day for any 6th grader until the lockdown. After 4 hours, we realized it wasn't a normal drill. My classmates and I huddled under our desks, fearing that any of the upcoming moments could be our last. In that moment, I was forced to confront the reality that I might die in my first period classroom. December 14th, 2012 has stuck with me forever. While devastating to our family, friends, and town, that day became a call to action, to stand up and say that this is far from normal. I knew there needed to be change, and I knew I needed to do something about it. So I started getting involved with the Newton Action Alliance. I traveled to DC, I lobbied federal legislators, and I organized community rallies. In 2018, I stood within footsteps of the Capitol and spoke in front of hundreds of thousands of people at the March for Our Lives. That advocacy felt like a silver lining to me because something bad had happened, but I was trying to make something good out of it. And along the way, I discovered my passion for politics, public service, advocacy, and grassroots organizing because I knew I wanted to be in DC to be effective in the gun violence prevention movement. And Georgetown felt like the place I was meant to be. Georgetown propelled me into the belly of the beast. I could combine academic knowledge with my lived experience, and in my classes, I learned more about politics, more about social movements, and what it takes to be a successful advocate. In DC, I got a behind-the-curtain look at political strategy. My professors, the Georgetown alumni, and geopolitics helped connect me with an internship at the Democratic National Committee last summer. I wrote memos for the President and the Vice President of the United States on campaign issues and loved every minute of it. I couldn't have gotten any of these opportunities without Georgetown. I'm about to graduate this year, and I know I want to go into a broader field of politics, but I've never lost sight of what I came here to do. In 2022, after working closely with senators, I went to the White House for the signing of a bipartisan gun violence prevention bill, 10 years after the day I crouched under my desk. In my last year here at Georgetown, I organized a rally for gun violence prevention and met with several staff in the White House afterward to discuss gun violence prevention policy. And this was really a full circle moment, because when I first came to DC as a kid, I had doors closed in my face and meeting requests ignored. Now, the President of the United States had invited me and those same advocates back a decade later to watch him sign the first piece of federal legislation aimed at gun violence prevention in 30 years. Being in DC has allowed me to explore anything I want to do in politics, because if I wasn't here, I wouldn't have been able to do 3/4 of this stuff, you know? That's the greatest value to me of all of it. Georgetown unlocked opportunities I once dreamed of, and now I'm ready for the next step. As I look back, I know I would not have had these experiences without Georgetown. And as I look ahead, I know that to have an impact, you need to stay committed to who you are called to be.